All right, welcome back to Mastering Results. I'm Greg Glander, and we're right back here with Danny Vegas.
That's
Thanks for
right.
being here, man. We're kicking off a brand new show, and it's just going to be awesome. Content specifically tailored for you, the end user, and how you can take this content to your personal life.
Got 10 minutes in there, Greg. What do you think? Fast, huh?
It was... It should have been. It was like 10 seconds.
It was like 10 seconds. Hey, when you talk about stuff or you're into something that you're passionate about, the time just flies by. But I want to continue on. The first segment was great. It will be on Greg's page. Just go to WCOBM.tv, click on shows, scroll down till you see his picture, and all his content of all his shows, all his platform content will be stored there along with all your social media channels. So,
yes.
We talked about, and please go back to segment 1 if you didn't see it. We talked about a lot of different stuff, but I want to go into it even deeper. We talked about, fear of failing, and
yes.
then we really got into procrastination, which
yes.
to me can turn into a bad habit. And we want
yes.
to talk about bad habits and flipping them, shifting to turn into good habits.
Correct.
Okay, we're going to talk about a bad habit of Danny Vegas.
Okay.
All right.
Lay it on us.
Bad habit of Danny Vegas. Believe it or not, I run this studio. I run my platform. I event planners, all this stuff, and I ain't got a calendar. I just am so lazy or I procrastinate. I can't keep a calendar. And it was even happened today. Greg, you coming at 11 or 11 o'clock? I don't even know. So that is a bad habit. One that just will not lay out a good process of a schedule.
Which is amazing to me because you're a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's amazing to me too.
So it can be done. I don't recommend it. But
Greg, I will tell you, every now and again, something will happen where I'll have two people at the same place at the same time wanting the same thing. And I'm like, how did this happen? It's not good. So it's a bad habit of mine.
Habits can be changed. And here's a very important thing. When you're changing habits, a lot of times people have it in their head, well, it's going to take however long to change my ways, or it's some big ordeal or some big, huge process to change our ingrained habits. I work with NLP. That's my certification. That's my skill set.
N-O what?
NLP, and
What
it
it
stands
means?
for Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Wow, don't ask me to spell that.
And essentially, since you asked, just a quick definition. It has so many definitions because it covers so many things in our day-to-day lives that we can apply it to. But basically, NLP is the study of successful behaviors.
Okay.
So when you bypass the noisy, logical, conscious, limiting conscious mind and you go straight to the subconscious mind where all the magic happens, or horror, your choice.
Okay.
When you bypass that and you go right to the subconscious mind and you use the language of the subconscious mind, imagery, feelings, mental movies, you can change a habit relatively quickly.
Okay.
And because there are specific techniques, specific methods to do that. But changing something like procrastination, I would say what one wants to do is as soon as they start to see themselves engaging in procrastination,
Right.
stop immediately right there. And if you have to physically, verbally, or just mentally tell yourself, stop. Because what you're doing is you're interrupting that pattern.
Right. Okay.
Habit is
All
a
right.
pattern. Habits are a pattern. And in terms of how the brain works, how the mind works, we've developed that neural network. Every time you interrupt that pattern, the network starts to disentangle itself. You replace it with, okay, you know what? I'm going to at least start with the first step of maybe using Google Calendar.
Okay.
You can start with a day planner. You can start with online calendars or any way that you can organize task and time. That's one way of interrupting the pattern. And what you can do is you change that pattern by having a new habit. So what you do is you can't just eliminate something and then that's it. You have to replace it with something that's puts you on a different track towards whatever you want to accomplish.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Because I know we discussed it a little bit. I've never smoked in my life.
Okay.
I never have. But my wife used to smoke
Okay.
many years ago. She, to this day, she probably hasn't taken a cigarette in 15 years. To this day, she will sit there and say, man, when I see other people smoking, I get this urge to literally light up a cigarette. Now, that's nicotine. Is that mind, or is that just, hey, the body is tingling for that nicotine and it's like waking up? We can get into like, is addiction just a mind thing, or is it a real disease? I may be above my pay grade, and we're talking about business owners here. But the thing is, can habits be so ingrained into the psyche that soon as there's, oh, I'm doing great. Oh man, I had a bad week, so right back into the same thing.
Yep, you're going to reach for something to replace or to feel better about that bad week.
Right.
If it's a bad habit or not.
Right.
Yes, something like that can be really ingrained on a physical level. Because if someone stops drinking or stops smoking, they can start to say, well, I'm really feeling withdrawals. That's a physical symptom. But that's also triggered, everything is triggered by the mind. Okay. What's happening in the mind? They're having a visualization. She's seeing that person across the street at the park bench lighting up a cigarette.
Right.
Oh, wow, man, that's just, I could have one right now.
I could just taste one.
Yeah, exactly. That imagery right there is also forming, oh man, I can taste that nicotine right now, the pleasure of it. But something like that, and this is what I work on too. I have actually a live event. I can do live event or one-on-one, and it's called Incinerate Your Smoking. And it's where I do some of my best work. And we actually work with people using NLP techniques to eliminate the habit, the urge, the need for nicotine, the need for reaching for a cigarette. We have all kinds of ways of dealing with that, eliminating that. And a lot of times it has to do with, when I work with people, this is one thing that is the biggest ingredient to any kind of change.
Okay.
What is your biggest why?
Oh, the old why. There's just whys everywhere.
Why do you want to start using some kind of calendar? Why does someone really want to stop smoking? Could be, they know someone close to them that's in the hospital and they're dying right now of cancer. Does someone themselves have some kind of illness? Could it be you want to spend more time with having energy to spend with your family?
I would think for me, the reason why I want a calendar, because I think in my mind it would end the overwhelmness. How in the world did I schedule a lunch in between two brand new shows? How did I do that? So and that's where I think having a calendar and being disciplined to use a calendar would make me better at being a better business person, because it just seems like it's always just rearing its ugly head. Like, my goodness gracious, don't you remember that? No, obviously you didn't. That's very interesting. Okay, we got about a minute and a half left of this.
That is so
of
fast.
Your very inaugural show.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've had a blast, and I thank you for being here with me to help kick things off.
Next month, you'll be on same bat time, same bat channel. You say you got some guests coming in. Very excited. We've got some great content. So, anybody who's watching this, whether you're watching live or you are watching it on some YouTube channel or up on some Facebook page months from now, how do we find you?
My main website is called resultsmasterycoaching.com. It's really built out, a lot of things that you can find on there. There's things about Incinerate Your Smoking, so you can find out details about that. Also, I have a library. It's called Preferred Library for Self-Optimization. I have a page on there, and what that is a list of some of the most impactful books that I've been through for me to be able to change from the past Greg who I used to be, to the Greg I am now.
Okay.
So it's kind of like one-stop page for everyone to see, okay, what kind of books can I become my own wizard, so to speak?
Right.
And also very important, too, there's a page on there with details about illness and how to overcome that. It's called Mind Healing International. You'll find the link on there on that page, and details about how I work with people as far as really using mind and advanced NLP and hypnosis techniques to engage the subconscious mind to further enable the body to start healing itself. The body wants to heal itself on its own automatically, as opposed to pharmaceuticals that the Western world is so ingrained with.
You know what, Greg?
So,
That's another show. Time's
that is
up,
another
man.
show. Oh my God.
We'll see. Well, Greg, go ahead. Say, we'll see you next month.
We'll see you next month.
All right. Bye-bye.